Right, well, that time of year is closing in again. The time of year we've got to pull the boat out of the water, pull all the gear in. Now, at the moment the weather's a bit windy and wet. Looks like there might be another week of good weather coming, maybe longer, who knows. But I've got to really start thinking about pulling the gear out so I don't get caught with it all at the same time. And the boat's going to be coming back this year, and I've got to do some repairs on it. Where the engine drops onto it, the wood's rotting for whatever reason. They've obviously used garbage wood for the age of the boat, so I'm going to have to do some serious repairs on that. And also one of the seats, it needs, well, the wood underneath the seat of the fiberglass is rotting, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically probably just layer it with more fiberglass and just strengthen it up with fiberglass and then re-gel it, and that'll be that. Now, it's not all bad because I've actually got a lot of footage I took from the summer. In fact, a lot more than I could actually put out. So I will be going through that as we go through the winter. So the videos will keep coming. Obviously they'll be from last summer or autumn or whenever. But you'll at least get some boating videos right through the winter this year. On top of that, I will be shore fishing. That'll be coming up in the next month or two. We're going to be doing some of that for sort of bream, red mullet, bass maybe. I'd love to go for some flatfish, but it's always a bit of an odd one that trying to catch them here, because I mean sole do turn up, but it's tricky finding them on the rods. And then after that, after the new year and that, we'll be going back doing a bit of foraging on the beaches. You know, everything's seasonal. You know, it's good to sort of not do everything all year round, because you just get sort of bored of it, or it becomes the same. It's nice having stuff in season, like when we have spider crabs. Lovely to eat some spider crab in season and then not have it for a long time. Same as ormers, not having them all year, then having a nice plate of ormers. So, you know, we're going to do things like that. But and there'll be equipment builds. I've got the outboard, the main outboard coming in. I need to service that. I'm going to be changing the impeller and all that on that, so we'll film all that as well for some people that would like to see that. And yeah, but the main thing is we're going to be shore fishing. Now, last year I bought a torch, not this torch, but a torch, and the torch I bought wasn't expensive really. I'm going to say it wasn't expensive, it was 20 to 30 pounds, so it was a bit of money, and it was something similar to this sort of thing. And I waited for the torch. It arrived before just as we'd started shore fishing and that. And basically the torch didn't work. It just wouldn't switch on. There was nothing there at all. It must have been a dead LED or whatever, but it was broken. So I let the company know and said, look, the torch I just bought from you doesn't work. And I was quite happy to say to them, like, I'll take just a replacement, you know, I'll send this one back and you have a look at it, replace it, fix it, whatever you need to do. But their attitude absolutely stank. So I decided just to take a refund in the end and to hell with their torches. And that's what I did. And then I went over here and I bought this one locally, and this one is what we used. This one is what we used. It's got a nice big wide beam for the filming. Now it went onto the tripod with like a gun clamp kind of thing for sights or for torches on guns. Clamped it onto the tripod, and that was our main sort of light. And of course I had the headlaw torch and that, and it worked okay. It made enough light. Now you think, well, maybe I do the videos in the day, because some people do ask for the day ones. The trouble with the day videos is you just don't get the fish like you do at night. I mean, you will catch fish, yes, but the fishing is so much better at night because the fish are a lot more confident to come in shallower in the night. The sort of fish we fish for, like bream and that, they like their depth of water or the cover of darkness. Same as bass, they like to come in at night, shallow. You will catch them in the day, of course you will. And it makes better for filming in the day because you can see it, but trust me, you get a lot more fish at night and a lot more fish. Same as red mullet, night fishing. Or dawn, or dusk. But around those times. So anyway, like I say, I picked this one up. It's a full alloy thing. We used this one. Didn't have any problem with it for a few weeks, and then I took it out of my bag one day and the top lens was off. And I thought, well, that's odd. Because I don't know if you can see, there's a little red line around the top. And that red line, I thought was just a washer to make it waterproof, because it is waterproof. And it's not. It's actually a little threaded thing which joins this part to this part. This is all aluminium, and it's all been turned, and that bit there, tiny little bit of plastic, is like a screw thread that screws it on, and it had broken off. And when you actually looked at that screw thread, it's thinner than paper. I mean, all you had to do with a torch like this is just whack it there, give it one tap, and that would break that plastic easily. But that's what had happened, because it had been in my bag, and I don't throw my fishing bag around because obviously I've got expensive reels in the bag which I don't want to break. So yeah, it must have had a tap sometime, or just been broken or weak already, and it broke off. Anyway, I glued it back together. I made it a lot stronger with the glue, the resin I used. You can't see it's fixed, it's, you know, but it is. And it's been fine ever since. I mean, the torch still works, it's just, like I say, it's just that slight thing. But anyway, I was thinking of getting another torch, because this one was okay, but I wanted something a little bit better than this if I could. And I've been thinking about what to do about lights to try and improve the lighting in that. And then, as fortune would have it, a few weeks ago, a light company, or a torch or a flashlight company by the name of Olight contacted me and said, did I want to try out some of their torches on some of the videos. So I went and had a look at their website to check out what sort of torches we're talking about here, whether they were decent or whether they were just like cheap plastic things. And they look pretty decent. So anyway, they asked me what my requirements would be for the torch. I said it's got to be tough, durable, and withstand the elements, basically. And it mustn't be too big, because I climb up and down rocks and cliffs and God knows what. And you know, weight is an important thing. Keeping things light, especially if you're travelling a long distance. And as I'm getting older as well, you know, lighter is better. You know. But I've always been like that. I've always been the sort of person that carries a rucksack, a rod, and goes out with just the equipment I need, and boom, go and get the fish. None of this carrying 3,000 lures and 20 rods and 20 reels, you know, just rod, reel, spare reel in the back, or 2 rods and reels, and just your fishing gear you're going to need for whatever species you're going for. So anyway, they did send me a torch, and they sent me this. And it's quite small, and I'll show you it's quite small, because if I grab this one, this is an old one, this is an old mag light, you know, one of the big sort of batten kind of mag lights, and you can see it's weeny. And if you put the one I bought last year, it's still weeny, so it's very, very small, but it's very powerful. Now, it is called the S2R Batten 2, and it has one battery in there, which is like one of these kind of things. It's a 3.6 volt battery, and this thing has various settings. The strongest setting is 1150 lumens, which is like a sort of halogen of a car light. So it's pretty pokey, and I will put a little bit of footage just at the end just to show you, although it doesn't show up that well on the camera. We are going to be using this through the fishing off the shore time, and I'll mention it again then, or we'll look at it then, we'll see how we get on with it, see if it's, you know, how good it is and all the rest of it. But I mean, at the moment this is made incredibly well. This is a quality product. This isn't like your cheap plastic torch from the store or flashlight from the store. This is some serious thoughts gone into this thing. So anyway, basically it's got different settings, like I said, the 1150, but the main one we'll use, which is going to be that one, might be that one, is 400 lumens. That's the 1000 one, I think. So it's sort of that one. But it is pretty, like I say, you'll see it in a minute on the thing. It's also got on the button there, when your battery gets low, it'll have a little red light and it'll tell you your battery's low or getting low. It's also got a moon glow setting, which is like quite pale, but it's good enough for walking the dog or just general, you know, out when you're out walking around kind of thing. And that'll last for 60 days on this battery, apparently. So pretty impressive stuff. It's also rated as IPX, I think it's IPX 8. Which means it's basically waterproof. To what depth? Well, IP7's got to last for 30 minutes, I think, underwater of a metre or something like that. So what 8 is, I'm not sure. They didn't specify the actual depth. I'm pretty sure it'll go quite far. I mean, it's sealed, and the only thing is where it screws together, it's got an O-ring which seals it, so I'm pretty sure you could probably take it quite far. Although, don't know. You can drop this thing, but I'm not going to do it. I'd like to, but I don't want to bust it yet, just in case it can't. But apparently 1.5 metres or so you can drop this thing onto stone, concrete, whatever, and it'll be perfectly fine. Like I say, it's supposed to be built to be bulletproof. It comes with a charger, which is like that, and it just snaps on like that because it's magnetic. That plugs into your computer or any USB socket, and it charges up the torch. It comes with a lanyard as well, and also, obviously, it's got a magnet on it, so it can basically stick on things like that if the camera's picking it up. It might not be, but it can stick to anything that's metal. There's a little bit of metal there, see? So, yeah, you can stick it on things as well. It's also got a clip like a normal clip. It's also a double clip, so you can actually clip it on that way or that way. And one thing I found which could be really useful for our filming, because this is what I bought. So originally it was going to go on the tripod, and I was going to do the same system using a gun clip or whatever to hold it onto the tripod. But I found out that this clip actually is damn good. Torch isn't excessively heavy, and it will actually fit onto the cat lamp here. I can actually open this clip up, see if I can do it now like that, and that can actually go on there. Now it's not like I say, it's not heavy enough to knock the hat off. In fact, it probably helps in the wind, because the wind sometimes flicks your hat up, but with that one it'll just hold your hat down. So anyway, we'll try it, we'll see how we get on. But I mean, if we got up to 1,000 lumens here, when we go and land the fish and we use a body cam, we'll get a good view of it, and that's what I really want, is better footage than that. So that comes with that, and of course it's got another clip. It's got a black one, this one's a blue one, I don't know, it's just a spare one. Now with that other torch that I sent back, I actually bought a battery charger and a bunch of spare batteries. So basically I've got a whole load of spare of these batteries, because I bought that from a separate company when I bought the torch that I had to return. So I've got loads of spare batteries, so battery usage isn't going to be a problem really, because I can carry these spare ones with me, and you can change the battery or you can just charge it up straight from the torch. So, but being I have a battery charger, I can keep these things going regularly. So anyway, like I say, this is a torch by Olight, and if you want to see more, go and have a look at their website. I'll leave a link in the description. They've got loads of different torches. They've even got one that does like 25,000 lumens. I mean, it's crazy, crazy bright. Way over the top for what we use it for, but absolutely mental. And they are, so far, from looking at this is built really well. This isn't, like I say, your general run-of-the-mill torch. These are full-on quality products. But the proof will be in the pudding, and that's what we're going to be doing when we go fishing, is we will be testing these to see how good they really are. But at the moment, positive vibes on this. So anyway, what's coming up next? Well, I'll put up a quick clip of the light in action, and then I will put up some fishing now. It was a bit of fishing or potting we did over the last couple of weeks, and then, like I say, hopefully this week I'll be going out again, getting even more footage, and hopefully getting some decent fish before the end of the year comes around, and then we'll be back to shore fishing. Let's take a quick look at this torch. We're only going to show the 400 and the 1000 one. We'll, like I say, we'll be testing it when we go fishing anyway. So that's 400, and that is plenty enough light. I'll just turn it off, and then we'll do the 1000, and that's the 1000. And again, plenty enough light. 400. 1000. But anyway, we'll be looking at it again, like I say, when we're out fishing, and we'll see how we get on with it. So it's been 2 or 3 days, and we've got a lot of rain, and you can see I pump water out. A lot of rain, I say a lot of wind. We've had wind, not been that bad, but bad enough to stop me getting out. We've got to pump out quite a bit of water. I've got an automatic pump in there, but underneath this floor, it's full of like gallon cans, just the whole floor, to stop it sinking if the boat ever went down. Problem is, obviously when they put them in, all they did was tack them down with a bit of expanding foam, so now they're all breaking free, floating around all over the boat underneath, and they're causing the float switcher problem, because they keep getting in the way of the float switch, either jamming it open or getting on top of it and holding it down. So I'm going to have to do something about that. There's a few flaws in this boat, saying like the back wood there I need to replace around the seat area. I've already put a reinforcing part. All the wood's going rotten. I mean, this boat was built in 2000, around 2000. I mean, I've got a boat in the garden from 1960 something, you know. And I mean, yes, I've replaced wood parts on it, but the actual structure of the wood in the boat is still there to this day. Yet this, they've used, I don't know, shuttering ply or something. God knows what they've used. But it ain't good. So I'm going to have to do some work on it this winter, that's for sure. And replace some of these wooden bits. I mean, the gunnels and that are okay, because obviously they're all hardwood. It's just what they put the main frame on. Right, we'll be back when we're on our way. We're going to basically go and do pots today because I need to go and check them after a few days. They had a lot of bait in. I say a lot of bait. I had conger eel I put in. This conger eel will last for days. It'll last for a week or so. And I knew the bad weather was coming, so I kept one of the congers and baited the pots with it. So they would have been really well baited for the last few days. So yeah. Okay, we'll catch up with you when we're on the move. Why do I always get a bass before a storm? Look at that. It's the second time this year that's happened. Mind you, got some lobsters in here. So, not all bad. That one might be small. That one's size. Oh, the tiniest amount under that one. Tiniest amount. Right. Size. Nice crab. At last. So a little lobster on the sides. There we go, nice crab, nice big one. spider crabs. That's a lobster. See if they're big enough. Of course, now that I need the gauge, like this one. It's going to be under, just boing. That one is definitely over. Good size one. Of course, the one that's lost his claw will probably be over. Yep. That one's under. That was a good couple of sets of pots there. Nice crab in one. See what the lobsters do, they kill the spider crabs. Yeah, lobster crab in one and nice lobster in another. Crab, doing right with the crab. Nice. Nice shanker again. It's not massive, but it's not tiny either. So, good start to that. Nice shanker. There we go, got some nice lobster, got nice big ones in there today. And surprisingly some crab, but not in the pots I was expecting to get them in. But there's some decent ones in there. There's a small one as well, but well, I say small, it's not that small, it's way over the size. But, all in all, it turned out alright.